Hello, my name is Agatha and this is the astrology forecast for October 2017 for all signs. The full moon happens on the 5th of October 2017 at 12 degrees and 43 minutes of the sign of Aries. And then the new moon happens on the 19th of October 2017 at 6 degrees and 35 minutes of the sign of Libra. So let's start with the full moon. What does this mean? How will the full moon impact you, Aries? Let's see how it will be for the sign of Aries. So this full moon in Aries, it happens in your sign, in your sun sign on the 5th of April, happens in your first house. So this could be an ending of some kind to you. So where is Mars? Mars is in the 6th house. Now, for instance, this could be Mars is the ruler of the sign of Aries. So this could be an ending connected with a health issue, because a health issue is already solved. So maybe you don't have to eat in a certain way. Maybe you don't have to do any more physiotherapy, therapy of like psychological therapy, anything like that. Maybe this could be the end of an issue connected with the health of a pet. Maybe you decide to adopt a pet, and finally around the 5th of October you have that pet living with you. Maybe this is an end of a matter connected with your work life. What does this mean? Well, it could be that finally after a few interviews you land the job that you were wanting to have, or maybe it's an end of a job. But this doesn't mean, this is not necessarily a negative thing. This could be a very positive thing. Maybe you end this job because you found something, something else, another type of job. What else? Oh, okay. For some of you, this could be the end of an argument with your spouse, or it could be the end of an argument. It could be, for instance, that if you were having trouble with your spouse, around the 5th of October, you decide to call it quits. Spouse or long-term partner, just decide to end it and it's done. Or it could be the signing of a contract connected with work, I would say. Or the end of a contract connected with work also. This could be the end of a problem with an enemy who has always been your enemy, and you always knew that this person was your enemy. So it's the end of a problem with an open enemy. So this could be many different things. And then the new moon on the 19th of October happens at 26 degrees of Libra. In your case, Aries, it happens in your 7th house. So this is a new beginning connected with a long-term partner. Maybe you find someone new. If you're single, there could be a possibility that you find someone new. If it's not that, if you were seeing someone for a very long time, maybe you decide to go to the next level. The next level could be living together. The next level could be you proposing to this person, to your partner, or your partner proposing to you. The next level could be having kids. Yeah, could be that as well. The next level could be you initiating I'm sorry to say this, a sexual relationship with this person. Maybe you were not at that level yet. Or it could be, moving in, joining finances, opening up a joint account, something like that. For others, it could be the beginning. It could be you're signing up a new contract, because maybe you are you have a new job, so you need to sign a new contract. If it's not that, it could be a new beginning in the life of your partner, of your spouse. So he or she, I don't know, might have a new job, might have some sort of luck concerning finances, might have some sort of inheritance. It could be that, like even that. He or she could have an improvement in the money that he or she earns. What else? Where's Venus? Okay, so it could be a new beginning in the life of your partner. It could be a new beginning in the life of your second child. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. It's a new beginning in the life of your second child. Now it could be concerning his or her love life, or anything to do with finances. Okay, anything to do with investments, with money, maybe a great new fantastic job, maybe even a new beginning connected with, you know, studying. Maybe your kid, second child, begins, you know, goes to college or something like that. Whatever it is, it might be connected, whatever he or she is studying. It could be either connected with finances, psychology, even the occult, but or it could be that whatever it is, it might cost a little bit of money, you know, it might be a bit, you know, expensive. Okay, don't want to scare you, just want to tell you everything that I see. Now, moving on to the next sign, which is Taurus. Taurus, how will the month of October be for you? Well, the full moon in the 5th of October at 12 degrees of Aries happens in your 12th house, Taurus. So it could be like a revelation of something, a secret comes to light. And this secret might be connected, for instance, with one of your children. For instance, even with the sex life of one of your children, I hope not. You know, this could be, you know, maybe one of your children was trying to hide something and suddenly it comes to light. Or maybe you were hiding something about one of your kids and that secret comes to light. Or something connected which was hidden. This could even be like a health issue. Maybe either your eldest child or one of your kids had some sort of health issue, and around the 5th of October that health issue is diagnosed. You know, it was more or less hidden, but it comes to light, and by coming to light you can solve it. This something which was hidden that comes to light might be connected with something to do with love. Maybe your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your love life. If it's not that, you were working secretly on a Taurus, on a creative project, and around the 5th of October that work ceases. You end this creative project. You finish writing this book, you know, or whatever you are working on. I think I've said everything in connection with this full moon. Then the new moon, Taurus, the new moon in Libra. In your case, where does it happen? So it's an important new moon for you, Taurus, because Taurus and Libra both are ruled by Venus. So this could be a very important new moon for you. In your case, on the 19th of October, this new moon in Libra happens in your 6th house. So this could be a new beginning concerning your work environment. You could have a new job, for instance, or you can have new colleagues, new co-workers. It could be like a woman. It could be a woman. So a new work partner who will be a woman, for instance. Or this could be you starting doing something normal, like doing checkup, your health. You go to the doctor and you do the normal, you know, health checkup, something like that. You know, you have to do some tests, not necessarily because something is bad with you or wrong with you, but, you know, just a normal checkup that one might do once a year or once every 2 years. And this might focus, for instance, on the breasts, if you're a woman, or in the kidneys. You know, you could focus on the kidneys as well, you know. Or it could be, for instance, you change your diet, okay? You change the way you eat, because maybe you're having way too many sweets and you understand that this is bad for you, and you decide to change your diet. Now, I can read this also in a different way. It could be that you decide to have a pet, Taurus. You decide to have a pet, and the pet that you choose is going to be female, and it's going to be like beautiful. It will be important that this pet will make you look good. So beautiful a beautiful dog, a beautiful cat, whatever it is, you really need to be proud of this pet. Okay, so it could be many different things. Now, moving on to the next sign, which is Gemini. Gemini. How will the month of October be for you, Gemini? Well, the full moon in Aries, in your case, Gemini, where does it happen? It happens in your 11th house. So for some of you, it could be the end of a friendship. Okay, a friendship might end. Okay, now it could be because you don't see eye to eye with this friend, or not necessarily because of that. Maybe your friend moves away, moves to a different country, moves to a different city, goes away for school or something like that, and you know, you don't has a new job and moves to a different place. You don't get to see this friend all that often. If it's not that, it could be the end of, you know, maybe you belong to a group or to a big organization, and you will no longer belong to this group. Now, you could belong to this group also with a family member. Maybe it was you and your sibling. And maybe you were, for instance, I'm just going to give this as an example. You and your sibling were together in the same theater group. And maybe you decide to leave, or maybe your sibling decides to leave. It's you and a family member, okay? What else? This could be a hope and a wish that comes to fruition. Maybe you had a long-held wish, a long-term wish that you wanted to fulfill. Because the 11th house is the house of wishes, and this wish is connected with your home environment or with the place where you live, with your house. Maybe your long-term wish, Gemini, was to have your own house, have your own home, rent your own place, buy your own place, you know. And whatever it is, you're finally getting a wish. Okay, you are getting your wish. Now, if it's nothing to do with that, it's something, I'm sorry, that comes to fruition in the life of one of your friends. So maybe one of your friends, maybe he or she always wanted to buy their own place, or always wanted to have kids, and like a long-held wish of one of your friends comes into fruition. It could be that. Now, the new moon, Gemini, which happens in Libra, it's going to be good for you, because it's Libra and Gemini are both air signs. So for some of you, it will be trine your sun, if you have sun. It could be also a rising sign or moon sign. So this new moon in Libra is going to happen, Gemini, in your case, in your 5th house. So this could be like a brand new beginning to one of your kids, probably your eldest child. Maybe your eldest child gets a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you know, or maybe gets some type of makeover, like new clothes, or like a new anything that will make him or her look beautiful, you know, something like that, or a new relationship, or any other thing. Say, okay, so it could be like a brand new beginning in the life of one of your kids. It could be also that you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, for instance. It could be that, if you are single, Gemini. And if it's not that, if you are already with someone, you might take advantage of this new moon to go out on a romantic date with your spouse, for instance, or with your partner. This could be a brand new beginning in your creative life. Maybe you start, if you are a creative person of any type, maybe let's say you're a writer or a painter or a photographer, you start a new creative project. It could be that as well. So there are many different ways of reading this lunation. Now we're gonna go to the next sign, which is Cancer. Cancer. How will October be for you, Cancer? Well, the full moon in Aries, in your case, where does it happen? It's going to happen in, let's see, in your 10th house. So this could be, for some of you, changing careers. You know, you used to be in one sort of career, and now you decided to change to a different type of career, or a fruition that comes that is connected with your career, with your job. Maybe you achieved a higher level within your profession, you know, and this could be in all sorts of ways. I'm just going to give you an example. Maybe you become CEO of your company. This could be an expansion in your career, for instance, okay, which kind of could benefit your home environment as well. For others, it could be the end of a career. I'm sorry. Maybe because you're retiring, Cancer, or maybe because you got fired. I really hope that doesn't happen, but it could be that way. It could be that you're fired and I'm sorry. I apologize. For others, you decide to just, you know, end this career and just start either writing or start lecturing, you know, or start giving training to others, you know, training young people. This might be, again, connected with your career, but you decide to do something new, something different. This could also be someone is retiring, like a family member, someone within authority in your life, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, decides to retire, Cancer. And or it could be like a boss that leaves, you know. Maybe a boss decides to leave for whatever reason. And then the new moon, Cancer, in the 19th of October, at the sign of Libra. In your case, where does it happen? It happens in your 4th house. So this is a brand new beginning connected with your home environment, with your family. So I would say this is something good, something very pleasant. It could be that you decide to redecorate your house, you know, fill it with beautiful things. It could be that. For others, it could be a brand new house, you know. You decide to go, you know, some of you could buy a house finally, or you could rent a different apartment, or you could have a new roommate, which would be a woman, you know. I would say a woman. This could be a brand new beginning in someone of your closest family. I would say, for instance, a woman in your life. It could be, for instance, your sister. Maybe your sister gets married. Maybe your sister has a baby, or maybe your sister finds someone, you know, finds a boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, it doesn't matter. Like a brand new beginning in your home environment. For others, it could also be that maybe you how do you say, your father or mother, grandfather or grandmother decided to retire, and they're really happy, or this person is really happy that they did this. Okay, now moving on to Leo. Leo. How will the month of October be for you, Leo? Well, the full moon in Aries, in your case, where does it happen? It happens, where is it? I'm sorry. It happens in your 9th house. So, in your 9th house, yeah? Let's see if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So, this could be an ending of a trip that you took abroad, Leo. Maybe you had some sort of vacation, or maybe this was a trip connected with your work life, and it ends, or maybe you just had to end this trip abroad because you didn't have any more money for monetary reasons, or maybe you had to end this trip abroad because finally you got a job. You get a job, a brand new job, and you need to come back to your place of origin. It could be the other way around. Full moons are culminations, so some of you might be moving abroad, for instance, to get a new job, or for whatever reason. Finally, you have the funds to go abroad and to move abroad and actually to live there. Now, it could be because you have a new job, or because you have the money to spend a few months, even a year abroad. It could be that. For others, it could be the end of a, how do you say, a court case. A court case comes to an end, and it could be, I don't want to say necessarily positive for you, but money might be involved. I don't know if you're getting some sort of money, but money might be involved with the end of this case. Maybe you get paid, you know, maybe you get some sort of severance. How do you say severance payment? What else? Maybe you get vindicated. Maybe you are the one who was right, you know, and that's more than enough for you. This could be the end of so maybe you went to college, and around October, finally, maybe you had like one last class you had to take, or one last exam, or one last test, and around the 5th of October you get the results, and finally your college course, your university studies are ended, they are finished. What else? And whatever university studies, maybe you were studying something technical, you know, this could be accounting, this could be anything to do with IT, with computers, with coding, something like that. And this will allow you to find work in those sorts of areas. This could be technical writing as well, or even medicine writing, anything to do with, you know, writing technical books for you know, for in the health, in the health areas, you know, for doctors, for nurses, something like that. Okay, so then we have the new moon, Leo, the new moon in Libra. And where does it happen? In your case, Leo, it's going to happen in your 3rd house, which is very good, very positive. If you are some sort of a person that does lectures, that does talks, maybe you'll get a lot of talks. Maybe you will have I'm sorry, you'll have many places to go to give those talks, to give those lectures. And those lectures might be connected, for instance, with anything related to love and relationships, for instance. If it's not that, you are getting lots and lots of messages. These messages, I would say these are very pleasant messages, okay? I would say that. There could be like, they could happen like out of the blue. They could come from abroad. Maybe people want to hire you because they like you so much. Or maybe it's people from your family who live abroad. But whatever it is, these messages are good, and they are positive, and they are full of admiration. Okay. What else? This could be you getting a new car. You know, if you truly do need it, I would say that you have the ability. If you want a new car, Leo, around the 19th of October, you might have the ability to attract a new car for you. And you probably want to choose a car that makes you look good, Leo. Like full of luxury and lots of beauty. That's the type of car that you would choose. Another way of reading this, it could be that this is a brand new beginning in the life of your siblings, for instance. And this could be like your sibling gets a boyfriend or girlfriend, or maybe he or she gets married, or maybe he or she buys a car himself or herself, doesn't matter. But it's something good and positive in the life of a sibling of yours. If it's not that, you might be getting new neighbors. And these neighbors, this could be a woman who's a neighbor, and she's really beautiful. And she's really pleasant, you know. And it's just fun to be around this person and to talk to her. Think Jessica Fletcher, you know, that type of person who's always not discovering murders, you know, but who is always pleasant to be around. Okay, now let's go to the next sign, which is Virgo. Virgo, how will the month of October be for you? Well, the full moon in Aries, where does it happen? In your case, it's going to happen in your 8th house, Virgo. So this could be, if you're expecting some sort of inheritance, Virgo, you might be finally getting that inheritance. You know, it could be that. You could also buy a lottery ticket. Don't go nuts. Buy something You could spend like $1, €1, a pound, something small, because you might be extremely lucky, you know. What else? This could be like something like an investment that you've made a while back, and finally there's the payoff of this investment. You could, you know, you could sell some stocks in bonds, or you applied your money in something, and finally around the 5th of October you get the interest of this investment. It could be that. For others it could be, like I said, an inheritance that finally comes into fruition. Finally you get this inheritance. What else it could be? It could be like you decide to end, maybe you have too many bank accounts and you decide to close a few. Maybe you have too many credit cards and you decide to end some of those credit cards, maybe because you don't need it so much. Maybe you had to pay taxes, and around the 5th of October it's the final payment of those taxes. What else? This could be an ending connected with joint finances, you and your spouse. It could be, for instance, maybe an ending or fruition. Maybe your spouse got a fantastic new job, and that will make your bank account grow bigger. I hope that's the case. So it used to be smaller, now it's bigger. That's a fruition, that's a completion. Or it could be you who gets a fantastic new job and your joint bank account just gets more money. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe you, Virgo, are in the process of getting divorced from a spouse, from a partner, and you divide you no longer have your money with your partner's money. So there's less money. There's like a division, okay? So it depends from case to case. It could also be that you decide, maybe you're like reading about cases connected with mystery and the occult, the occult, astrology, runes, whatever, even ghosts. Maybe you're reading about that, and around the 5th of October, just you finish up that. Could be a book, you know. Then the new moon, Virgo, in Libra. Where does it happen? In your case, it happens in the 2nd house. So there's a brand new beginning connected with your money. Maybe you have more money, and I really do hope so, that you have more money. But you will be tempted to spend this money in something that really makes you feel good and really makes you feel beautiful. I don't know what it is, but it could be even clothes, you know. But there's more money. You might be tempted to spend this money in your partner, to buy beautiful things for your partner. What else? What else? You're feeling very good about yourself, I would say, Virgo. Around the 19th of October, whatever happens, you just feel happy and good about yourself. And yeah. So now let's go to the next sign. So moving on, Libra. The full moon in Aries on the 5th of October happens on your 7th house. So for some of you, this might be the end of a relationship with your spouse or a long-term partner. And why does that happen? Maybe because there's some sort of secret that comes to light. If it's not that, it could be, for instance, finally you get to have the relationship with the person whom you consider your soulmate. So it depends from case to case. Another way of viewing this is that maybe there is some sort of health diagnosis connected with your spouse, with your long-term partner. Maybe your spouse or your long-term partner had some sort of health issue, and around the 5th of October, he or she ends that health issue. That health issue has ended, or at least has been diagnosed. Another way of reading this could be the end of a contract, any type of contract, and you had no idea that this contract was coming to an end. It could be a work contract, or it could be any other type of contract. Or you could be signing up a contract, but there will be things that will not be totally known to you. So be careful with what you sign, because there might be things that are hidden within this contract and you had no idea. So you have to be careful with that. Another way of reading this lunation is that something comes to an end in the life of your spouse or long-term partner. For instance, he or she might end an employment, or might start a new job, or again, like I said, has been dealing with a health issue, or any other type of thing. Or maybe your spouse finds out some sort of secret connected with a sibling, with a younger sibling. This is also the house of the second child. So an ending connected with your second child. It could be daughter, son, doesn't matter. So he or she might end a relationship, or might start a new love relationship, or might end a work employment. Might end some sort of job, or might be starting some sort of job. It might be all sorts of things. Okay. What else? What else? This is also the house connected with open enemies. So maybe an open enemy, maybe you had some sort of issues with an open enemy, and these issues will will end, maybe because you find out the secret of this enemy, of this person who really doesn't like you, and because you know a secret about him or her, whatever issue you had with him or her will end. Okay. Now, Libra, the new moon on the 19th of October happens in your own sign. So this is a brand new beginning for you. And for some of you, it might be a brand new beginning connected with love. You might meet someone, and you might, start a love relationship rather quickly with this person. If you are in a love relationship for a while, maybe this is like advancing to the next level. The next level could be, engagement. It could be getting married. It could be moving in together. Another way of reading this lunation is that you're doing something nice for yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're like buying new clothes. You're taking care of your body. You have a new hairdo or something like that. Something nice for you, I would say. This could be, a new beginning in your life that might even be connected with a job. It could be that, and if that's the case, it's whatever job you have, I would say that you are really happy to have it. Okay, it's a job that really makes you happy. Now, moving on to the next sign, which is the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio. How will the month of October be for you, Scorpio? So, on the 5th of October, there's a full moon in Aries. And in your case, where does it happen? It happens in your 6th house. So there's this could be an ending connected with your job. Maybe you end a job, you leave work, or there's a work. I'm sorry, you worked in a company and maybe you got fired. I really hope that doesn't happen. Or maybe you decide to leave. Okay, it could be that. Now, full moons does not necessarily mean ending, something that comes to an end. It could also mean something that comes to a completion, something that comes to fruition. So it could be that maybe finally you have a new job, I'm sorry. Maybe you were in several interviews, and around the 5th of October you are informed that you have a new job, and that really I'm sorry, that really makes you happy. And it could be that this job kind of happens rather suddenly. maybe you're not expecting. Maybe you apply to several different jobs, and this is the one that you were not expecting to get, and this is one that you get. If it's not that, maybe you applied to a new to a new department within your company, or maybe you wanted to be you wanted to be promoted, you wanted to have this leadership role, and you apply to it, and maybe around the 5th of October you will get the news that you were accepted. If it's not that, it could be a co-worker that leaves, or who leaves, or you might have a new co-worker, okay? A new co-worker, and this co-worker might come rather quickly, you know, maybe in an unexpected sort of way. And this co-worker might become your friend, for instance, or this co-worker is one of your friends, and that's like the thing that you were not expecting, that this new co-worker is one of your friends. And you might even have a love relationship eventually with this person. What else? This could be also something connected with your health. So maybe you had some sort of health issue and you had to take care of yourself. And maybe, for instance, something that needed you to take, how do you say, in Portuguese we say antibiotics, antibiotics. And maybe around the 5th of October, you don't have to take them anymore. So it could be that, or it could be you receiving tests and exams. Maybe you went to the doctor to do, ordinary tests and to do the routine health checkup. And around the 5th of October, you get the results of that routine health checkup. It could be something connected with a pet. Maybe around the 5th of October, you have a new pet in your life. Now, it could be the other way around. It could be that something happens to a pet in your life. I really hope it's a positive thing, but it could be all sorts of things, okay? Something connected with a pet. It could be even like a friend of yours asks you to take care of their pet while they're away, and you take care of their pet. It could even be something like that. Then the new moon in Libra, Scorpio, happens in your 12th house. So maybe some of you might be starting a new love relationship, and you might be keeping it quiet. You might be, not telling anyone. Or you might be working on some sort of creative project, and you're doing it in secrecy. Or maybe you already have like a spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, and you take around the 19th of October, both of you go out for a few days, and you decide to be alone because you need to spend time with each other, and you don't tell anyone. It's something just yours. Or maybe like reading stuff, maybe it's like a time that you spend more with yourself, for instance, Scorpio, not with your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend. It's a time that you spend with yourself, reading, for instance, and I would say reading about love, like love books, love stories, or seeing romantic movies, or even trying to figure out what the true nature of love is. Okay, it could be all sorts of things. If there's some sort of health issue, Scorpio, okay, because the 12th house is also connected with health. This health issue might be connected with your kidneys. Another way of reading this, you might have a secret, not a secret lover, but someone who admires you, Scorpio. Okay, someone might be sending you little love notes. Someone might be admiring you from afar or something like that. Someone might be your secret admirer. Okay, so there's many different ways of reading this lunation. Now, moving on to the next sign, which is Sagittarius. Sagittarius, how will the month of October be for you. So the full moon in Aries, in your case, is going to happen in the 5th house. So it's like an end or a completion with anything connected with your love life. Some of you might, a boyfriend or a girlfriend might leave. You might leave this person might leave you, or it's the other way around. Maybe you were like casually dating, and maybe around the 5th of October you decide to actually be boyfriend and girlfriend, actually make a commitment, in this love relationship. Others, this could be also something, if it's not that, it's something connected with your kid, your child. Maybe your eldest child, an ending connected with his life or her life. Now, this ending, for instance, could it be, imagine that your kid, and this could be, you could be 70 and your kid might be 40, it doesn't matter how old you are or how old your kid is. This ending might be connected with the career of your child, could be that maybe your kid decides to change careers, for instance. Maybe your child decides to, he or she starts a new job, or he or she gets, how do you say, elevated in his or her career, gets a promotion, for instance. Or maybe it's not that, maybe your kid gets married. So it depends. It could even be the other way around. Maybe your kid gets divorced, or maybe your kid gets fired, loses his job or her job. It could be many different things. It could also be the 5th house. It's a house of creative projects. So Sagittarius, you might be ending a creative project that will put you on the spotlight. People will be seeing you because of this creative project, and they might be seeing you in a very favorable light. Whatever you're doing, whatever you've created, it will be seen in a very positive way. So congratulations. And then Sagittarius, we're gonna go to the new moon. The new moon Sagittarius in Libra on the 19th of October. Where does it happen in your case? Where is it, Libra? It's gonna happen in your 11th house. So this could be new plans and new goals. You are setting up new long-term plans. You have new goals and you defining them. You're making a list and you'll be working on these new plans maybe for the rest of the year. And these plans might be connected, for instance, with your love life. Maybe your plan is, I will get a boyfriend. Or maybe you already have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Maybe your plan is, I'm gonna work in my relationship, and my relationship will be much more harmonious. Or my goal or my plan is to get married within a year. It could be that, or it could be any other type of plan. Okay, it could be you getting more friends also. This could be actually the 11th house is the house connected with friendships. So you might be actually having a new group of friends, and this new group of friends, it could be a woman, a very diplomatic sort of woman, a very nice type of woman, someone who's really nice to be around, who's really friendly, and everyone just loves her company. So you could have like a friend like this, a new friend that enters your life like this. This could also be how do you say, the 11th house is also the house of rewards from your profession, from your career. So you might be getting rewarded, you might be getting the gains, the monetary gains from your profession and from your career. And whatever you're getting, it makes you really happy, really, really happy. Okay? So let's move on to the next sign, which is Capricorn. Capricorn. How will the month of October be for you, Capricorn? So the full moon in Aries, Capricorn, in your case, it's going to happen in your 4th house. So for some of you, there's an ending connected with your work, with your home environment, with your family, with the place you live. For instance, maybe you are changing houses. Maybe you're leaving a flat and you're gonna rent a different flat, or you're going to rent a different apartment or something like that. And why are you renting? Why are you leaving? For instance, I'm going to give you an example. Maybe your landlord decided not to renew the contract, or wants to expel you out of the house. I really hope that this doesn't happen. So your landlord or landlady wants you to move out, and maybe they went to court, or this landlord or landlady went to court, and around the 5th of October the decision comes out and you have to leave. You have to leave this apartment and you have to find a new place to live. If it's not that, you yourself, you decide to leave this apartment. Why? Because maybe you were studying, you had university studies, and around the 5th of October everything ended. You don't have to be there anymore. Or maybe you're going to continue your college education in a different city, so you don't have to be where you live. You have to move out because you need to be in a different city, even a different country. This might have nothing to do with that. It could be, for instance, buying a house or a home in a foreign country, for some of you. For others, it could be someone, a family member who's been abroad for a while, who has been living abroad for a while, Capricorn, and suddenly this family member returns to where his or her country of origin. Others, it could be that you are the ones who are going to live abroad. Maybe you get a new job, or maybe even for love. You want to be with the person whom you love, and you need to leave to a different, move out to a different country because your boyfriend or girlfriend lives, I don't know, China, and you need to move to China in order to be with him or her. So there's many different ways of reading this. The next one, so Capricorn, the next lunation is the new moon. The new moon in Libra. And the new moon in Libra, in your case, where does it happen? It happens in your 10th house. So, for some of you, there's like a very positive way. There's changes in your social reputation, but very positive changes. People are seeing you in a very positive light. And why? Maybe because the role that you have in society has changed somehow, but has changed in a very positive manner. For instance, if you were dating someone, some of you might be getting married. Others, some of you might be, getting pregnant. Maybe you are, maybe you were already married, and around the 19th of October, you find out that you're pregnant or your spouse is pregnant. You could have a new beginning in your career. You might change jobs, and or you might be elevated in your present job. You might have a leadership role, or you might have a new boss, and this new boss might be a woman, and you're gonna like her a lot. Whatever happens in your career, in your social position, it's going to be a very positive thing. Okay, it's going to be very, very positive. Now, moving on to the next sign, which is Aquarius. Aquarius. How will the month of October be for you, Aquarius? So, the full moon in Aries, Aquarius, on the 5th of October, it happens on your 3rd house. So there's like an ending or a completion connected, for instance, with some sort of course you were having or training, Let's say that you were having training connected with your work, and that training ends around the 5th of October. It could even be something, I said training, you know, connected with your work life, with your place of employment, but not necessarily. It could be a course that you started because you wanted to. Maybe you are like taking a language course, and around the 5th of October, that that language course comes to an end, and you do the test, something like that. Maybe you were doing some sort of training that has to come to an end because you don't have the money to go further, because now it costs a lot and you don't have the money for that. Or it could be that if you do lectures, you know, if you do talks around the 5th of October, you might have a lot of bookings, you know, a lot of places that has hired you to come and have a talk, whatever subject you talk about. And I don't know, it could be mathematics, anything, whatever subject you speak of, you go and you do talks, and those talks might be ending around the 5th of October, or suddenly you have lots and lots of new bookings. It could also be a message that might come your way, and this message is connected with money. Okay? It might be connected with bank fees. It might be connected with taxes. It might be connected with an inheritance of some kind. Something connected with money. Something, or credit cards, you know. What else? This could be also an ending in the life of one of your siblings. So what's an ending? It could be an ending or a completion. It could be that maybe your sibling gets pregnant or gets married, you know, or has a kid. I'm thinking more like moves in with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or marries, or something like that, or even wins big. By the way, you can also buy a lottery ticket, because you might be lucky, but don't go nuts about it. Okay, just something small. You might be lucky if you know in anything connected with the lottery. It could also be that you get the message that one of your neighbors has left you something, you know, you've inherited something from one of your neighbors in a very unexpected sort of way, Aquarius. Then the new moon in Libra, Aquarius, in your case, where is it going to happen? It's going to happen in your 9th house. So for some of you, this is a beginning of university studies. You're going to go back to college or something like that. Or there's a continuation of your university studies. For others, it could be that you are like traveling abroad. You could be traveling abroad to go, you know, for vacation or for work reasons, or even to go and see a boyfriend or a girlfriend. If you have a long distance relationship, you might be traveling abroad because of that. Or even some of you, if you're single, you might be starting a relationship, a love relationship with a foreigner. So this is really good and really positive. This could be also some of you might be dealing with a court case. Okay? But if you're dealing with a court case, I would say that it will be very positive for you, whatever court case you're dealing with. Okay? So let's move on to the next sign, which is Pisces. Pisces. How will the month of October be for you, Pisces? So the full moon in Aries, Pisces, where does it happen? It's going to happen in your 2nd house. So I'm sorry, this is an end or completion connected with your personal finances. Now, it could be that for some of you, you might be losing a job, and this might be around the 5th of October. This is might be like the last salary you're gonna get. I really hope that's not it. But it could be something different. It could be like suddenly you have a job, and maybe you didn't have a job or changing jobs, and around the 5th of October, that's like the first salary that you get, you know, or at least you'll know how much you're gonna be getting. What else? So this could also be like, for instance, maybe you have an ordinary job, and on the side you have something else. You work as a freelancer, so you might be getting new clients. Or you might be losing a few of your clients, or you might be losing a client. So there's some sort of a light that is shined into the money that you earn. Now it could be more, it could be less. It depends from case to case. Okay. This could be also you making a budget. You know, making a domestic budget. And you are implementing that budget around the 5th of October, Pisces. And this budget, you've discussed it with your spouse or with your long-term partner. I don't know if he or she liked it, but you know, at least you had a dialogue with him or her. Then the new moon on the 19th of October, the new moon is in Libra, 26 degrees of Libra. And where does it happen in your case, Pisces? It's going to happen in your 8th house. So this could be brand new beginnings connected with your joint finances. For instance, you might be earning more money, or your spouse might be earning more money, and suddenly both of you have a larger pot. Let's say a quote-unquote pot. Both of you have more money to spend, but whatever is happening in the department of joint finances, it's something that will please you, something that will make you really happy. Okay? What else? It could even be that you'll get the news that you'll get some sort of inheritance. You know, it could be that. Or the 8th house is also the house of, you know, intimacy, the house of sex. So there's a brand new beginning in that department with your spouse, with your long-term partner, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend. If you had a boyfriend and a girlfriend around the 19th of October, finally, it's the time when you start a more close and intimate relationship. And you're really going to like it, Pisces. But it's like, you know, a new change or changes connected with your sex life, which are going to be very positive and very loving. Okay? And that's it. This is the reading that I have for all signs for the month of October 2017. This is a very general reading. If you like a personal reading, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.